the devil is preaching more than the church. The devil is spreading his message more powerfully, more cleverly, and is very innovative. He's using entertainment, music, cartoons to share his message. And the message he's preaching is worldliness. He's preaching a message of conforming to the patterns of the world. And many people have accepted it and they are enjoying it. He has also introduced witchcraft. He has introduced the foul language in the entertainment that people are consuming today. So this entertainment, this message by the devil of worldliness will make people lukewarm, will make Christians lukewarm. People become passive. Then you wonder why your prayer is not being answered, why you no longer really like to go to church, why you no longer like to listen to good sound preaching, why you don't enjoy worship, gospel music, why you don't like to read the word at all. You feel like praying 30 minutes is long. It's because we have now been so accustomed to the ways of the world, and that drains the power of God. That makes God go far further away from us. God is supposed to be close. We are supposed to be in close communion with Jesus every day. But because we are letting these things in our lives, they are destroying that connection between us and God. But the word of God says we are not of the world, we are of God, we are of another kingdom. It means we are supposed to follow the ways, the laws, the principles, the rules of that kingdom, not of the world. But today, the message that is being spread out there is self-love, love yourself, which is not a true word, which is false. It's a lie. We are supposed to love the Lord our God with all our hearts, and we are supposed to love our neighbors as we love ourselves. So we don't think of ourselves first, we think of others, we think of God first. Lord, how do I help this person? How do I intervene in this situation? If God is allowing you to do that. That's how we ought to present ourselves. But nowadays, people are filled with loving themselves. You know, this look of saying, feel me, I'm here, I am beautiful, I'm like this, I am the greatest. But God says, be humble. Yes, God is giving you skills, He's giving you talents. But when we present our talents, it's to God, it's to glorify God, not ourselves. Not for us to gloat, to feel that we are there, we are the ones doing it. We are the ones trending right now. And because of that, it puts pride in us. It puts the love of our skill, not the appreciation of the maker who has given us the skill. And now there's also this thing that when people are going to church, people now are just dressing in this loose kind of dressing where the part of their body is revealing, is showing. We ought to dress in a way that when you are in praise and worship, when you raise your hands in prayer, your pant doesn't show. Or when you're sitting down, people can see everything in there. So the people are not distracted in their prayers, in their worship, so that the presence of God can flow. Can you dress like that when you're going for an interview, for a visa interview or a job interview, and you're wearing tights, you know, and you're part of the praise and worship team, you've come for a praise and worship team session, and you're wearing, and your dressing doesn't really show that you're respecting the person who you are doing the practice for. Where are we going? Are we following the patterns of the world, or we are following the patterns of God? If we are true to God, we ought to follow his ways. Our speech is supposed to show that we are truly the salt and the light of the world. Not for us to be speaking foul language, ungodly speech, loving sexualized content, listening to music that speaks about drugs, that speaks about my girl, yes, these things, she looks like this and that and that. It's entertainment that is making you sinful, that is making you become ungodly. It's aimed at making a Christian lukewarm. And we all know that there is a verse in Revelation which says, I will spit you out because you are lukewarm. You are not hot, you are not cold. Therefore, I will spit you out. So today, Christians, they love the part of the world and they also love God. We have to be careful and to know where we stand. Because if you are lukewarm, you are neither hot, you are neither cold. So you have to decide which one are you. Are you of God or you are of the world? It says you can't love the world and also be a lover of God. You have to decide. That's what it says in 1 John 2 verse 5. If we are of God, then we have to love his ways, his laws, and what he says. And John 17, when Jesus was praying for the disciples, he was saying that they are in the world, Lord, sanctify them, keep them. The devil is there, protect them. I also conquered the world, give them the same power that I had because I'm leaving them here in the world. It means there is power from God for us to conquer the world. But today, when Christians are presenting themselves out there, there's no difference really between who is a Christian and who isn't, because our speech, our mannerism is saying the things that we like are the same things that the world likes. We watch ungodly movies, movies that are filled with witchcraft, movies that show people dying, killing. Then you wonder why your behavior is changing, why you are so filled with rage, with anger. You wonder why you're feeling so sexualized. You are feeling so, you are just ready to go. Let me say it that way. It's because there is a message that is being preached out there of looseness. I had a dream this other time where I dreamt of a demon that appeared as a girl. It appeared as a girl. It had very long feet, and it was wearing a bum short, and it was dancing the Vosho dance. I think that's the name, where people got down and flicked their leg. God was telling me that it's a type of dance that was invented by the devil to ensure that people are loose in their character, in that they are just ready to go with anyone. And God was just telling me that many marriages have been broken by this, because this dance has introduced this feeling of saying you look sexy, you're dancing, and your appearance is good, is attractive. That's the message that the devil wants to preach, that you look sexy rather than we look godly. You look beautiful. We are supposed to look beautiful as women, not sexy. But that's the looseness that is being preached in the music, in that dance as well. So I'm just saying this as a caution to us Christians, as a caution to someone out there who's hearing this, that we have to examine our lives and look at it from the lens of God, not our lens, because God is the one who is the judge, who is the marking scheme for our lives. When he shows us that we are doing something bad, we are not supposed to say, no, it wasn't me, I'm not doing this. But we're supposed to come and say, Lord, help me. I need your help to conquer this. I don't know which area in my life that you look at and you feel is compromised. You know, the woman who was caught in the act of adultery, she was supposed to die that day. She was supposed to be stoned to death. This man went and took her from the bed, from the act of sin. How embarrassing is that? Then they went with there to Jesus, and Jesus looks at them. Then this woman is there. Imagine if that woman was there and she started defending herself. No, they are lying. I didn't do it. They are lying. What then would Jesus say? Then Jesus would just have thought this is helpless. But because the lady knew that she was caught and that this was a sin, she kept quiet. And God looked at her and knew the situation, but God covered her sin. What does Jesus do? He says, who amongst you has no sin? Let him be the one to take a stone and throw at her. And one by one, all of them left. So when God is showing us areas in our lives that we're not supposed to follow these trends, that we're not supposed to look sexy, but we're supposed to look beautiful and godly, then we ought to go to him and ask God, help me. What area in my life, in my Christian walk, do you see that is looking, that you look at and is worldly? So we ought to look and examine ourselves so that we are not lukewarm and rejected by God at the end. After having walked with God all these years, going to church, fasting and praying, but at the end of the day, God looks at you and says, you are lukewarm. Let us examine ourselves and pray. And I pray that you understand this message about the Vojo dance, that it's a way to make people loose, to make people be ready for anything with anyone, anytime. That God is saying we are not supposed to be on every trend that is out there, but we are supposed to look and know that he who left us here is coming back. Someday he's coming back to take us home with him. And that we are not of the world. We are not supposed to follow the ways of the world. If we want our prayers to be answered, then we ought to follow what God says, to leave any sin, to remove any sin in our lives. I thank you all for your time. I will leave the scriptures in the comments in the description as well. Thank you.